I got 345 miles to do tomorrow. Probably won't do all that, but that's where we're at right now. Got 345 coming in tomorrow. Probably stop along the way somewhere. Got me an early delivery on whatever the hell day that is. Saturday, I guess. Saturday. I don't know. Having trouble keeping track of the week this week. Um, what's everybody doing out there? What's freight doing for you? Might have a special guest tonight. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But boy, let me tell you, I took some freight offers today that were just absolutely horrific. Horrific. Um, I just couldn't do it. Um, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. A lot of trucking companies closing their doors. I don't know if you guys are seeing the news on that or not. Hang on one second. Turn my mobile hotspot on here so my other phone works. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm hauling a load for the Easter Bunny. Come on, Easter Bunny, what you 20? Um, you can tell your kids. You can tell your kids Uncle Cash is trucking for the Bunny Man. Let me get this phone on the charger here. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good night out there. I went in. Oh man, thank you to the fine people at the Petro. I bought fuel so I could get a shower tonight at the Petro, and the truck would only hold 55 gallons. And when I figured it would hold right at 60, so um, when I clicked, I just clicked truck fuel. I didn't click reefer fuel. I could have put, another 5-10 gallons in the reefer tank and got the 60 for the free shower. And yeah, got 55 gallons. Now I took the receipt in there and showed it to the girl working at the fuel desk, and she was like, "Oh," and I explained it. She was like, "Hey, I can give you a shower this time, but only this time." And I was like, "Well, I appreciate it because I did buy 55 gallons worth of fuel, so I'm coming up just a little short." Um, and then after I explained it all, I realized I had a shower credit from last week, so really didn't even need it. So there's my life. That's what I've been doing. Let's see. Yeah, big time trucking companies closing doors out here these days. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Um, let's see. Get rid of that. Get on to some comments here. Hope everybody's having a good night. Um, get to my show here live, live, live. There it is. Make sure the volume's down over here. I'm adding some RAM to my computer so I can go back to StreamYard. I like StreamYard, but my computer I think was the weak link there. Um, I don't think it was my internet as much as it was my computer. So we're gonna add some RAM to that computer this weekend. The computer's only got one slot for RAM, but it'll hold a 16 gig. So we're gonna put a 16 gig RAM in that thing. That's pretty much what I got going on. What's everybody else got going on? Um, V300's in the house. Just got my permit. Big deal for me. I'm going to be heading to Prime. Any advice? Should I buy a truck through them? Should I buy a truck on my own? Does it even work like that? Let me know. Um, do your time at Prime and then start looking for other options. I mean, that would be my opinion. I'm not a big fan of a big carrier like that where you get lost in the sauce. Um, sometimes you got to go where you got to go and do your time, though. I did almost 2 years at USA Truck when I first got into the business, so you know, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't want to go to USA Truck now, but when you're getting into the game, it really don't matter. You need experience, and Prime's probably as good as any when you need experience. I would not buy a truck through them. Uh, I just don't see the benefit in it, especially right now. Just go be a company driver and just get your time. get 6 months, get a year, whatever you got to do, and then you can start looking for better options. But if you choose Prime and you go to Prime, you need to at least stick it out for 3 months, at minimum 3 months. There's going to be some bad days in that first 3 months, but here's my advice: uh, show up when you're supposed to show up. Don't let the truck touch anything it's not supposed to touch. Get out and look. If it don't look right, just pull up, back up, start all over, and just remember you're responsible for the truck, so don't get nervous. You know what I mean? Like if you're backing in somewhere, who cares who's watching? Who cares what's recording? The only thing that matters is you do what you came there to do. Tune the rest of it out, and just know that everybody has good days and bad days. Some days, some days I look like a damn, a stunt driver, and then some days I look like, it's my first day on the job. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just what it is. But that's my advice. Stick with it. Don't give it up. But don't buy anything right off the bat, because learn to drive the truck before you start thinking about buying a truck. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to buy something that you don't even know how to drive. You know what I mean? Make the mistakes on Prime's dime. It would be my advice. CJ Hudson's in the house. Breaking news: Dynamic Transit mentioned in a live many moons ago, switching from 389s to 579s. Yes, I would not doubt that in the least. Hard to make money out here. Who was it? Davis Truck Lines is closing their doors. I mean, that's a big deal. Like, that's a big company. They have contracts with Publix groceries, and that's how I came to know about Davis. Davis, like when I lived in Tennessee, Davis had all the Publix contracts. So they would run from like the public DCs down in Florida up to Tennessee. And, it seemed like a nice trucking company, but it is what it is. You know, they shutting them down these days. You just can't do it. You just can't. I mean, it's so hard to make money in trucking. The forced migration that's being pushed upon us right now, where everybody's just coming into this country, and um, it is what it is. I mean, when people are allowed to come over here, and that's what the mega carriers want. That's what the politicians want. Um, Here's the facts. Okay, I always follow the money. Big money wants their stuff moved cheap. You know what I mean? All these big corporations, it's all about profit. They don't give a damn about America. It's profit, 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 profit. That's all they say. That's all they care about. It's all they talk about. And it's this quarter's profit. That's what gets me. It's not long-term profit. It's this quarter's profit, because the CEO and the board members have to make their bonuses. So, and they're just allowing it. They're just allowing it. So, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it. We're giving the country away, basically, and it pisses me off because, uh, you know, I've put a lot of work into this country. My ancestors have put a lot of work into this country, and to just give it away like it's nothing, like what this country is not a huge accomplishment. Um, I mean, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. Everybody wants to come here, but yet downplay, what it took to make it what it is. So whatever, whatever. Cheap Freight Haulers in the house. Good evening from stop number 2 of 14. I'm heading down south. I got a little run here. I got to go up into the Midwest, and we're going to bounce back south. Maybe on your nursery loads next week. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. I might be looking for something good. Roger Berry's in the house. What's up, Meat Hammer? Come on, the Meat Hammer. It's a great nickname. CJ Hudson says, with all the hype of the new Volvo, how about today we ask what people think about the Peterbilt 589? What do y'all think about the Peterbilt 589? Barry made it in. Evening, everybody. There is a link for the ES Advantage if you need fuel discounts, if you need shop discounts, if you need discounts on tires. You need to get a hold of ES Advantage. They got it all. Harry Ariola's in the house. I heard DIY fired that reefer guy. Woo, I ain't heard nothing about it. I tried to call, tried to talk to DIY about coming into the show today, and he's not here, so we'll see. Maybe he's dealing with that. Chief Fair Holler says, thanks, Cash, for the ES Advantage tip. I had it for over a year and will be dropping Nastic when my renewal comes. Yes, I can tell you guys right now, ES Advantage is very competitive. Um, I I don't know. They charge you if you do like I do. I've got the prepaid account because I don't like credit. I mean, just to be straight up with you, I feel like credit's the devil because every time I get involved in credit, um, number one, I pay more than I should because of interest, and number two, um, I mean, I just don't want to do credit for stuff like fuel. Like if I borrow money for a truck or something like that, I don't want to take that kind of money out of the bank and go risk it. It's one thing, but I do the prepaid account with ES Advantage anyway. It's 1% load fee. It's what it is. If you're not saving 1% on fuel with that card, uh, you must be shopping out of network because it gets it done. Barry says, "Congrats on getting the permit for V300." Yes, I agree. Epic Truck and Fails in the house. That's my other channel. Other channel. I don't know how many channels I've got at this point, but go check out Epic Truck and Fails. We're very close to 5,000 subscribers at Epic Truck and Fails. So if you're not a subscriber there, go over there, smash that subscribe button over there. Make sure I hit the like button here. There we go. Double tap it, like it. Roger says, "Damn, Indiana I-70 sucks ass." I agree. Um, yes, 100% agree with that. I cannot disagree. I don't know what's up with my phone here. It's like it's off to one side a little bit. I know if I go to messing with this damn mount, it's just going to all fall apart. So I better leave it alone. I didn't touch it. Um, but yeah, 70 sucks. This Trucking Life's in the house. What's up? Phil Murray made it in. Hey, Cash. Love the live show. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's 500 of these in the playlist. So if anybody wants to go back and watch those, it really does help the algorithm when somebody goes back and watches an old replay because it's like YouTube's like, huh, if somebody else wants to see that, maybe I should start putting that out there. And it always boosts the views. It's weird because like out of nowhere, it'll just be like an old ass uh, replay that'll get like 100 views out of nowhere, and I'm like, who the hell did that? But I click on one occasionally and watch it. I don't know. I like the ones where we getting rowdy. Um, Cents per mile made it in. I'm making the best money I've ever made, 13% profit for the first quarter, even with the hood. Come on, there you go. CJ Hudson says, congrats on the permit. In my opinion, take some time as a company driver before looking at buying a truck or doing the lease with Prime. Master the basics first. Yes, yes. Unless you have a tremendous amount of business experience, it's a little overwhelming, I think, to start a business, get a CDL, start driving truck, try to manage all that. Let Prime manage it. If you're going to go to Prime, be a company driver for a while. Let them manage everything while you just learn and focus on driving that truck. And I can tell you this right now, when it comes to backing, the best advice I can give you is the setup is king. Okay. The going backward part is so much easier if you figure out how to set up for a back. and you have to just acknowledge what's happening. That's a big thing. Um, if you pull out a little, if you pull out a little farther, kind of watch what it does. If you turn the wheel sharper, kind of, keep an idea on that. And advice I give new drivers all the time is the steering wheel has a lot of gray area. If you turn it all the way one way, it does one thing, but if you turn it all the way the other way, it does the opposite. But lots of times you don't need to turn it all the way either way. Like usually what you need is somewhere in the middle. So, and just practice, 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 practice. Find an empty parking lot and, you know, say that empty spot right there, that's the one I'm going to back into. And just pull up and back up, pull up, back up, straight line back, angle back. Just practice, 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 practice. Because that's how you get the Carnegie Hall. Scott's in the house. Hey, y'all, turned 60 last week. Damn it, boy. Damn it, boy. Barry, oh, happy birthday, by the way. I didn't know you was 60. I would have gave you a shout out on your birthday. Barry says, poor Fate has his LT in the welfare line. Damn it, boys. Fate Trucking's in the house. No welfare line. Money, he says. Did you get fired today, Fate? I heard some rumors about some stuff. V300, thanks, everybody. And thanks, CJ. Yeah. Will Carr says, hello, Cash. What's your 20? Will Carr, I am in Tennessee today, and whew, got on some shorts that are riding me. Mark Ely's in the house. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Barry says, the clerk said, boy, you got all that grease, Sonia. Let me hook you up. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I still got that one pair of pants, man. They got grease all over the back of the legs. And yeah, it's probably about time to throw those in the trash because we're on shorts weather down here now in the South. We in Tennessee in shorts weather. Mark, what's up? Barry says, oh, hell, I just read that one. JNM Auto Transport Cash, you look different from the live to those recorded videos. Okay. Normally I do the live shows at night, so the lighting is different. And I shaved. I don't know if you've watched any of my recent videos, but I was getting pretty damn scruffy there. I just had to break down and get a shaver. I don't know. I lost the other one. It's lost. It's gone. It bums me out. I mean, I only gave like 40, 50 bucks for it, but just, I hate that I bought something and then immediately lost it. Like, didn't even get one use out of the damn thing. So, company drivers make squat my only dilemma. Well, here's the thing. There's no guarantee you're going to make more leasing a truck. I mean, what if you lose money leasing a truck? I mean, I it's a I don't know. I don't know. If you got it in your head you're gonna lease a truck, go lease a truck. I'm not gonna try to talk you out of it. But leasing a truck at Prime, you'd be better off just to go work as a good company driver. Yeah, I mean, straight up, straight up. Maybe go to Prime, be a company driver for 6 months, 1 year. But I wouldn't lease a truck from Prime. I mean, straight up, me personally, there's no way in hell I lease a truck from Prime. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Way better ways to own a truck. Way better, cheaper, make more money. Um, Look at that boy that owns Prime. He just built a 63,000 square foot mansion. Who you think's making all the money over there at Prime? I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't go to Prime to begin with. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are hyping up Prime for that referral bonus. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I go with a company that's got really good reviews that would hire me. The best reviews, try to stay away from mega carriers too. See if you can find a nice little medium sized carrier in your area that would hire you. Um, but yeah, if you think company drivers don't make no money over there, go over there and lease a truck in a down market. You might find out that those guys are making less. But do whatever. Touch 99, adding RAM. Does that give him a Hemi come on? Hell yeah, I'm going to get a Hemi sticker for my computer now. That's a pretty good idea. CJ don't need RAM. It needs a Cummins come on. Shit. I'm getting 2 stickers for that damn computer. One of them's going to be a Cummins, and the other one's going to be a damn a Dodge. I'm gonna put a Hemi and a Cummins sticker on the same thing. I like that. There. I can't talk. JD Jeff's in the house. USA Truck Gang, come on. Manuel says, "What's up, Cash? Getting ready for the final spring snowstorm in Denver." I was supposed to go to Denver last week, or was it this week? I think I was supposed to go to Denver last week, but it didn't work out. They switched loads with somebody else. I ended up going to Georgia. I wasn't mad at it. I had a pretty good little run going to Georgia there, but yeah. So if you're in Denver, watch out for that. Chief Fairholder says, how do you figure gross margin percentage? Last week I grossed 95.31 and spent 12.80 in fuel. How do you figure gross margin percentage? I don't know what gross margin percentage is. You're talking fancy words there. I don't even understand that. I didn't go to school. I mean, I'll tell you right now. 58 people in the house. Hit that like button for me if you could. If you went to public school, be sure to hit that like button for me. Alex says, my long-term dispatch retired today. He kept everything running at our terminal and drivers happy. Our terminal manager cried, I heard. Us drivers are concerned how things going to be from now on. Yeah. Sometimes that's what it is. There's one guy that makes it all happen, or one lady, and it's like you don't want them to leave. Barry says, who has the best training these days? Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm surprised, like Prime, you go get your permit and they put you straight in a truck. Like they really don't have like a conventional training program. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not conventional, like where you go to a yard and practice for, a month or whatever. You kind of get your CDL on the truck. There's not really like a school involved. It's interesting. Let's see. Killian's in the house. How them back roads treat you this evening? That was a nice little ride up through there. I had done that about 6 months ago, and I had a really unpleasant experience of getting stuck behind a guy painting the lines on the road that would not get the hell out of the way. And he was like painting the yellow lines, so I couldn't really like get around him. So when you're on a 2-lane road stuck behind a guy painting lines for 15 miles, it's kind of a bummer, 45 minutes or so going, 30 mile an hour or whatever. It was a freaking bummer. But today, not so bad. Not so bad. Them sons of bitches over there need to learn to not pull out in front of people, though. Whew. Man, you be coming down the mountain when she comes. Here she comes, or whatever. But you be coming down that mountain, and yeah, them old boys will pull right out in front of you. And yeah, I had to mash on them brakes a few times. But other than that, I had a nice little ride up out of there. I avoided Atlanta, so hell, why not? Anything keeps me out of Atlanta at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we gonna do it. We gonna do it. Something epic. Hey y'all, howdy from SoCal. SoCal. Barry says, gotta make a profit to stay in business. Economy is crap everywhere. Yeah. We are reaping what we've sowed the last few years right now. Is what we're doing. From throwing money at the problem during COVID, that's a big problem. The inflation is still out of control. Mass migration with little to no consequences. That's a problem. Um, you know, we continue to ship our manufacturing out of the country, and it seems like to me most people that are 25 and under right now don't even think getting a job is like a thing. You know what I mean? Like, hell, when I was in high school, I had a 40-hour a week job in high school. But, and I'm not saying all kids. There's some of them out there that are damn, putting it in, that getting that work done, that school work, being good, becoming good human beings. I'm not saying they're all out to lunch, but there's a lot of them that's out to lunch. And that's our future right there, that, kind of thinks that the government's supposed to give them everything. And it's like, it ain't how it works. You got to get up off your ass and go do something, you know? Um, it's like most women, like most women don't care what you do for a job. They want you to have a damn job, though. You know what I mean? Like, I've noticed that in life. Most women don't care what the guy does, but he needs a damn job. You know what I mean? Go put 40 hours in somewhere. Just saying. Chief Heller says many years ago, Davis had a big deal with Shapiro Packaging in Augusta. Yeah, Davis was a big company. I was really surprised to hear they hadn't been profitable in a couple years, but that's kind of where we're at right now. X loads in the house. If all these companies are coming back to America, the next year or so should finally have the trucking industry stop dragging on the bottom. It could. It could. We need to get some stuff rolling in this country, though. Whew. Um, you can't bring everything in from China and warehouse it and mark it up 10 times. And, you know, um, I don't know. It's just what it is. It's hard to even buy American nowadays, with Wish.com and Temu advertising everywhere I go. I think, is Wish even a thing anymore? I think Temu's the new one now, where you buy your stuff cut rate from the Chinese, but it's hard to buy American anymore. Go find some stuff that's made in America. It seems like it just ain't there. It just seems like it ain't even there. Um, Jibs in the house, woohoo! V300, thanks, brother. Yeah, I hope you do well. Um, you know, at least give it a month of being a company driver before they let you do that lease purchase thing over there, because I know that's what they want you to do, but it's in their best interest, probably not in yours. And I'm not ragging on you, like I'm ragging on Prime, and not just Prime, all these mega carriers that push that lease purchase right out the gate. There's a reason they push that right out the gate. That works for them, not for you. um, I've done a couple big carrier lease purchases in my life, and they suck. You know what I mean? I did Western Express for 3 weeks, and I was like, yeah, ain't no money in this, and better to get out now before I go broke. And then I had another company that I did a lease purchase through, and it was like contract freight and rate per mile, all that. And it was better off. I was better off just going and being a company driver, because I was, after everything was paid for, I was making like 55 to 60 cents profit. And I was like, I'm paying all the taxes with no benefits, and I can make 55 cents a mile going and working somewhere else. It's like, so I gave that up too. Um, if it's not working for you, move on. But as your first carrier, I do say you should stick that out for a few months at least, just so you know, because if you stick with it, at least you're getting experience. If you're constantly jumping jobs right off the bat, you're not getting experience. You're setting in orientation more than you're getting truck driving experience. But if you've got a 6 months to a year of experience, don't stick around somewhere where they don't treat you right. Don't do it. Don't do it. CJ says, cheap rate hauler, while I love your name, you should change your name to the multi-stop king. Yes, for sure. 14 stops on one load. Holy moly. Jeff says, Pete looks sharp from here. Thank you. X Load says, hey, Cash, I bought one of those window shades that stick to your window, the sunblock ones. I like it. Works great at night, too. Keep the mirror glare to a minimum. Okay, there you go. I've got the cling thing, the cling shade on mine. I like that, the cling shade. You put a little water on the window, you slap it on there, and then you kind of squeegee it out like a squeegee it out like window tint. I like those. But this just clings. It's not a suction cup thing. Dan's Diesel's in the house. Show them your tits. Okay. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. X Load says, Cash, tint your windshield 75%. God, this Fig Newton sticker is very distracting, but Fig Newtons are delicious, right? Barry's in a house. Nah, I was married to the devil. Credit ain't that bad. You don't know hate till you've been married to someone for 10 years. Oh, man. The married people out there, they know what I'm talking about. You ain't got no real hate for somebody till about the 10th year of marriage. Captain Cleaner Wiener says switch to chemical tanker, low six-figure salary, have to stay out 4 to 6 weeks. Damn, 4 to 6 weeks. Chief Air Holler says CJ 5 loads last week. One pick, 3 drops, one pick, 15 drops. Damn it, boy. Damn it, boy. Barry, 15 stops is crazy. Yeah. Like if you're doing those like Home Depot, Lowe's, type of, um, if you're doing those type of loads, they're not too bad. I mean, you know, when you can get 5 to 6, 7 stops off in one day, it's not too bad. Hang on a second. I got a guy backing in high speed. Son of a bitch, slow down. Lord have mercy. Like, you might have been actually close to the parking spot if you would have slowed down a little bit. Damn it, boy. Come backing in full blast. There you go. There you go. Let's see here what he's got. Let's see how many pull-ups it takes. He was lined up okay, but then he whipped that wheel real sharp and just slammed it in reverse. Yeah. Here he goes again. High speed. Like, damn, dude, just let that thing walk itself back in there. Damn it, boy. Damn it, boy. So Trump said about 7 trillion in businesses coming in. Hey, they need to move all that. Yeah, there you go. Captain Cleaner Winter says live feed replays are good while driving. Don't have to look at the screen and kills an hour. Yeah, that's what we go for. V300, I spotted an international, so I can back. I just never drove a big rig. Oh, okay. I spotted at intermodal. Sorry. I spotted at intermodal. That's good experience. I did that before I drove a truck. I spotted trailers, and that's damn good experience. Let me tell you, because you learn the hardest part of the mo. I shouldn't say it's the hardest part of trucking. It's the most intimidating part of trucking. So if you've got a grasp on how the trailer's going to back and how it's going to turn, you are miles ahead of most people. So you good on that. Barry says, oh, hang on a second. Barry says, setup is all about geometry. No two are exactly the same. Seat of the pants will eventually give you the answer. Yeah, there you go. The better you can set it up, the less pull-ups you're going to have. It's just how I look at it. DJ Vian's in the house. Sounds like a Camilla Harris comment. Damn it, boy. Sterling Trucking Delivers in the house. Welcome to Jackson, Georgia, baby. Come on, Jackson, Georgia. Where you at, JP? You at JP, or did you go over there to that exit with all them truck stops at it? Ooh, that's a cluster elf over there. David Edwards in the house. Howdy, Skelly Wigs. Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah. Sterling Jerry delivers. I'm headed to St. Cloud by Monday. There you go, St. Cloud. Hopefully you're making some money. Mike says, "What's happening, Cash? You're new subscriber here. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out with us. Thanks for joining the live show. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be live, though. So if you got a comment you want to get in there, let me know because I'm about to wrap her up. I'm tired and I want to get up super early and get this thing done tomorrow. I got a really early delivery Saturday morning, so I want to go ahead and get set up for that. Getting up early. Um, let's see. Chief Hollis says STD, the barbecue shack is the best barbecue at that exit. There you go. There you go. 20 minutes till Sterling Trailer delivers. Says 20 minutes till dryer is done. Someone already stole my laundry bag and detergent. Damn, son, for real. David Everett says, did we ever stop wearing shorts? Hell yeah, I did. When it got down to about negative 20, I said, I'm going to put some pants on. I don't like it when my leg hair is frozen. I put on them insulated pants. DH in the house. Hey, Cash, got a teen driver, just got his learner permit. Any driving advice I need to hit? The best thing you can teach a young person when they're driving is take them out to the freeway and have them merge onto the freeway and off of the freeway. Onto the freeway and off of the freeway. That and teach them, like maintain your speed when you're on the freeway, and you know, just tell them you don't give a shit who's in the car. We drive like Daddy taught you. So that's the thing. Get them some experience merging on and off the freeway because I feel like that's one of the under taught things in driving, and it's probably one of the most dangerous things a young driver can do is to merge on and off the freeway. So if you can give them a leg up on that, I think that's probably because it's like one of the most nerve-wracking things for a new driver is to merge into traffic and teach them, get up to speed, figure out where you're going to get in, and get in. But yeah, that'd be my advice. Something epic's in the house. I was gonna say you look clean shaven. Yeah, I finally got all that off of there. Barry says, yeah, you look very respectful now without the gerbil on your chin. Yeah, my beard comes in so gray now. I try to keep it shaved off. I've never been a beard guy. Hey, with a chin like this, why do you need a beard, right? Yeah, you only grow a beard if you got a lack of chin, in my opinion. Um, oh, checking with T-Bones in the house. CFH beat me to it again. Old Rudy's get you some Sterling Trucking delivers. Sterling says, losing money. Don't freight shame me, bro. I got the old Rudy's. Okay. David Edwards, turn signals make the world go round. Yes, that's another one. Um, it takes 1 second to hit a turn signal, and it could save your life. That's another thing. Don't get lazy when you're driving. Um, you know, quick question: does anybody hit the turn signal when you're driving at night and there's not a car within 3 miles? I still like to hit the turn signal. It's more about me than it is everybody else. I do it for me, you know. Since Morales is trying to learn how to run your own business on top of still learning to operate a big rig, setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. Yeah, it's too much going on in my opinion. Why make it so hard on yourself? And most likely you're going to make your most mistakes in your first year. So let the company pay for those mistakes, not you. Just saying. Just saying. 62 people in the house, only 26 likes. What the hell? Is nobody hitting the like button for me? I thought I made that perfectly clear. I need that. Barry says, drive the company equipment until you master the trade of operating a truck. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Mike says, you're going to pay for the truck a time and a half leasing it. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. You know, drive truck for a year, get good at driving the truck, get confident at driving the truck, stack some money, save up some money, and then go buy you a truck. And not from a carrier. Just buy one. You won't be mad that you done it that way after you done it that way. But if you lease a truck, most people are mad they done it that way. Something Epic says, if I lease a truck, I'm going to lease from the dealership, not through a freight mover. Yeah. Yeah, because if you don't like it, you give up all that equity that you paid in on that truck, and that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. David Edwards says, I got a good medium company. There you go. Medium sized companies are great starter companies, and you'll stick with it longer because they'll treat you better. Chief Heller, exactly. 300 says, uh, appreciate the feedback. Yeah, no worries. That's what we're here for. I hate to see any new driver come into the industry and get rolled. You know what I mean? There's no call for it. You know, we've all got a lot of experience. I've made all those mistakes for you. Trust me. Trust me. Um, Jibs in the house. He got the popcorn out for it. David Everett says, "Guy, go get CDL at a vocational school, then go to a starter mom and pop company, get a year of safe driving, and then find a medium-sized company. You will get a major pay increase after your first." Okay, that's a good way to do it. That's a good way to do it. KGB's in the house. You ain't no rolling 90s crip. No, no, I'm not. Mike says, shit, I had a 40-hour-a-week job at 16 on my summer break from school and rode a damn bicycle 13 miles each way. There you go. That's the type of person that becomes a truck driver. Yeah, when I was 16, I had a full-time job. I worked like, I'd get off of school about 2:30. I'd be at work by 3. I'd work like 3 to 9, and that would give me 30 hours a week, and then I would go in on Saturday and get another 8 hours. So I was getting 38 hours in, and maybe not quite full 40, but yeah, I used to average like 36 to 38 hours a week when I was in high school. Um, it's just what I had to do. Touchy 99 says, same, worked 2 jobs as a senior in high school. Pretty sure they just passed me out of pity. I know for a fact. I know for a fact I got some pity passing going on through school. Um, I had a, a my teacher. I can't remember what grade it was. I want to say 7th grade. My teacher was married to my second cousin, and I know she passed me just so she didn't have to deal with me again. I was not a good person in 7th grade. I don't know why. I just wasn't. I raised hell. I never did anything I was told. I think she was just like, you know what? I literally passed. You had to have it a 70 to pass, and my average was 69.5. I mean, it literally got rounded up to a 70, and I know for a damn fact she was fudging the numbers on that. David says V300 also check with the vocational school about state grants for trucking. That one guy, Cash, aka Jimmy Hoffa Jr., come on, damn. Um, 300 says most likely going the company route. Yeah, that's what I would recommend off the bat. Randy Hoffman, 1,500 a week for a truck at Prime. Yeah, they're very expensive trucks. It's a little too much for a new person, I think. Alex says, my nephew is 15. He's been working part-time since he was 13, been a soccer referee, and he does yard work on the side. His dad was a Marine. Parents need to raise their kids, not the internet. That's a very good point. It's a very good point. You know, raising your kids sometimes requires you to be the bad guy. I think that's what I see a lot of that in the world today is, you know, everybody wants a great popsicle, you know? Well, sometimes I ain't got a great popsicle, you know, and parents just can't cope with that, you know, telling a kid no. You know, it's I'm they got friends at school, you know what I mean? Like They got friends at the house there. I want to be friendly, but I'm not a friend. You know what I mean? I'm there to get you ready for life. When it comes time to fall out the nest, I got to have you ready to spread your wings. I can't have you fall out the nest straight and break your neck, and then I got to put up with that. You know what I mean? uh, I give one return trip. Okay, you leave the nest, you get to come back one time, readjust, and then we trying it again. But there is no, living at home till you're 30. It ain't happening, bruh. It ain't happening, bruh. If I gotta help you get a down payment on a house, you know what I'm saying? You ain't living at home till 30 years old. You gonna spread them wings. You gonna fly. Uh, I don't know. Hell, I might kick you out the nest. I'm just saying. Alex says, I say this as a 27-year-old. Yeah, there you go. Being a truck driver, though, that's a hard ass job at 27. You doing it? CJ says Stevens was really bad about pushing the lease program to give me some time to learn a truck every day, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Yeah. I heard somebody say one time CR England told them they didn't have no company trucks, but they had lease trucks available. And I would be like, okay, well, I guess I'm out of here then, because y'all brought me here as to be a company driver, and now you're saying you ain't got no company trucks, but you got lease purchase trucks available. Get the F out of here. I'm out. Chief Howler, I ate a whole bag of Sour Patch gummy bites today. That was made in America. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you clogging your intestines with sour gummies for the good of our country. You're a true down patriot, Chief Freight Hauler, and I appreciate you for that. That one guy says, I did okay for 6 months on Schneider Choice, lived in the truck and grinded the walk away, no penalties. There you go. Did okay for 6 months, and then what? They probably cut off all the good loads so you couldn't get a hold of them, and you had to give the truck back. And I mean, they got a whole system, I'm sure. Rebecca's in the house. Rebecca's homespun. Thanks for coming in. Just got my CDL permit. Start school next week. I'm starting late in life doing this. 48, yes, old. I like your words of wisdom. Well, we hope to inspire you here. I hope you have a great trip through trucking. If there's anything I can do, put it in there. We'll try it. We'll try. We'll try to answer questions and whatnot. There's probably no better place to ask a trucking question than one of these live shows. I've said this before. I mean, you look at 58, 60 people in the house right now. 60 people. Everybody hit that like button for me if you could. But 60 people with varying levels of experience and all kind of experiences. So be sure to ask those questions. Chief Roller, $1,500 a week for a prime truck for real. I need to start a lease purchase program. I had someone ask me one time if they had $10 million, they said they would hire me to run a trucking company for them. And I said, you might as well call that sumbitch Prime 2.0, because that's how I would run it. I get a bunch of people on social media to hype it up, and then I give me a hot bed of coals. There you go, allergy season for you. Get me a hot bed of coals, and I'd rake you over it. I'd have me a 63,000 square foot house before you knew it. Oh, damn it. Nathan says, what do you use to clean the floor of the truck? Um, I don't know. I mean, if I spill something on it, I've got bleach wipes. Um, but, you know, I mop it up occasionally, not very often, not as often as I should. But occasionally I'll just open up the doors, I blow everything out of here, and I spray the floor with. Normally I use a mixture of water and Dawn detergent, because I have Dawn detergent in here to check for low tires in a spray bottle. So a lot of times I'll just spray it and wipe it down. But I take my shoes off right here. My shoes stay on this rug. My shoes never go back there, because I don't trust what's going on at the truck stop. So my shoes stay up here. and I've got rugs and mats and everything in the back there. So the floor really doesn't get that dirty. Barry says, Rebecca, nice, good luck. Yes, good luck. David says, I just turned 48, started a year and a half ago. There you go. Cooper's in the house. Did you marry your sister? Oh, man, I wish I would have thought of something so clever. No, I didn't marry my sister. She was already taken. Mm. But I do bang your mom on the side. Come on. Come on, Cooper. You know who I am. I'm that guy that sneaks out of your house at 5 o'clock in the morning when you're waking up. Barry says, driver backing in wants to breed. Yes, he wants to breed his trailer. No, thank you. Dan's Trucking and Outdoors says, this morning I finished a 1-pick 5-drop. Hated it. Yeah, I used to do multi-stops in the flatbed. That's not as fun, especially if it's tarped. Having to untarp the damn thing every time is such a pain. Such a pain. Let's see. Mazel says, Peter is the best. Thank you. I agree. Xload says, the secret thing is backing in standard on the site side. Oh, backing in. Oh, excuse me. Let me learn how to read real quick. My hooked on phonics isn't working. Let's see what we got here. It says, the secret thing is backing in standing on the side step with the door open and the turning the steering wheel like a forklift. I would not recommend that. That does not sound like something I would do. Luna's World's in a house. What's going on with this market? Are you still making money? It ain't as easy as it once was. I'll tell you like that. The economy has flopped like a dead fish, and the only thing we can hope is that summer comes back around. But we're in a weird position right now because it's not like one part of the market isn't working right now. It's like the whole economy isn't working right now. Um, it's like, the housing is down. Um, there's a few parts of the economy that kind of boost the rest of the economy, and they're big money, like farming, housing, big money things that kind of move the economy. And it's all kind of in the shitter right now, to be straight up about it. Um, Anybody know any good step deck companies? Mine just laid everyone off Tuesday. Damn. No, I don't know any good step deck companies right offhand. Um, um, yeah. Who did I see pulling a step deck the other day? Who's that? Hunt Brothers, that's owned by Creek Carriers. I seen them pulling a step deck the other day. Sorry, I'm watching this guy back in here. He is dangerously close. Dangerously close. Oh man. Yeah. I would readjust on that one. I would pull up and readjust. Yeah, keep going. You got your wheel turned the right way. Keep going forward. Go. I don't think he's going to go forward. He needs to go forward. He's too far over to the right side. Ugh. Damn it. Damn it, Bob. Need to get out and look. This is quintessential training right here. Get out and look. You're not set up right, bro. You're way too far over. But I think I'm out of here, guys. Have a great one. Thanks everybody for coming by, hanging out with me. Appreciate all my channel members being here. Thanks to all the moderators for doing some moderating and being moderate, I guess I should say. Have a great one, everybody. Have a good night. Take care of each other out there. Bye-bye.